Another week, another epic chapter in the story of Mullen Automotive. Hi again, everyone. I hope you're all doing really well, and I hope you all had a great weekend. So it's obviously pre-market now on Monday, and Mullen Automotive hasn't got off to the best of starts. We're currently down about 5 cents or 8% in the pre-market, which is not what we want to see, but it's still very early days in the pre-market, and I wouldn't put too much weight on what that does in terms of what the outcome for the final day's trade will be for the stock, obviously. Now, last Friday, I was kind of getting a little bit optimistic. I thought that, we kind of had the events lining up to potentially give a bit of a strong finish to Mullen Automotive. Finish the week strong. Obviously there's the news about production's all up and running, and they had that successful open factory day, and they also put out the information, that they're still investigating illegal short selling. And they sort of hinted that we might see some more developments on this later on. Now, it's hard to really gauge where we're at with all this. It's kind of, are they just putting this messaging out there for the sake of the shareholders to sort of make it look like they're doing something? Are they putting it out there, to help build a case for when September 6th comes around, if they're still under $1, to say, look, we're under $1, but this is what's going on. Look at the value of our company, X, Y, Z. Really hard to say. I kind of actually really thought on Friday we might have actually got a bit of a bump in the stock price, but obviously we had quite the contrary to that. Now, if we look at what shorts are doing at the moment, shorts did pick up a little bit as the week went on, which was interesting because the stock was getting beaten down the first half of the week. But come the middle part, we actually had a bit of a spike following the shareholder letter. And interestingly, while shorts were dropping off at the start of the week, they did pick up by the end of the week. And the borrow fee for shorting the stock actually picked up quite a bit too. So there is a bit of pressure on shorts to cover at present. This hasn't really done too much to dissuade them from, trading the stock. Again, Mullen Automotive, for one of the many times it's on the short selling restricted list, but that doesn't really seem to do much for the stock. But yeah, so, it's a really interesting one. You just feel like at some point things are going to actually go right for Mullen Automotive. So, being the new week, I'm trying to be a bit more optimistic about where things are going. I was actually, I was legitimately really excited when I saw the trucks rolling off the assembly line last week. I think that was really the highlight of the week for the company, because it shows that they've now got this tangible product. And then, there was word going around about the sales and the demand, and then it's now potential that companies like FedEx and Amazon might be looking to use Mullen vehicles in the future. So things are looking optimistic operationally, and this is the same story I've kind of said for a long time coming. Operationally, this company is, I think they're a pretty solid company. They've got some good products lined up. Perhaps their market timing isn't great, but obviously there's a pipeline, and perhaps market conditions will improve in the future. But they've got things that are going to be wanted in the future, and I think on the surface they look really good, but it's just what's going on underneath when you look at the financials. Obviously, we've been devastated in the past with large equity raisings, plus we've gone through 2 reverse stock splits in recent times. So the financials are not great, but the way that the financials have been responded to in terms of the market price, it kind of leaves you really scratching your head. This is a company that's got quite a bit of money to last them for the next year or two. And you've got to factor in that they're going to start seeing some revenue come in when these vehicles start getting properly delivered. And this production is ramping up. And they've kind of also given hints that they're going to actually be doubling production on these trucks soon by adding a second shift, because it seems to be demand for the product. So, it's... What else is there? What is getting Mullen stock down? It's really hard to say. It's sort of weird that it keeps going down. A couple of weeks ago, maybe about a week and a half ago, I did do a swing trade on Mullen, and fortuitously dollar cost averaged my position back to almost what I had started off at, but it's now down by about 40%, that position. And I have sort of said for a while that I would look to buy more Mullen stock if the price went down further. And you know what? It's actually kind of getting to a point where, I have to think about what I was saying before and whether I'm going to act on it. So I guess if Mullen's going to fall so far again, this week, I might actually, seeing how I go, it depends how I go, I might actually look to up my position finally in the stock. I came close the other week, but I ended up just doing a swing trade. But I think there, you know, obviously with the price is a lot lower than it was then, and I still think it is severely beaten down compared to where it should be valued at. So just not that this is investing advice. Personally, I'm actually going to be looking to maybe add to my position if the stock falls further this week. And you know, there's nothing like outrageously red flag from here that makes me say, no, don't buy the stock. I know in the back of my mind, I'm still thinking it's going to be interesting to see what happens come September 6th. You know, and there might be some indication for the company's future there, but you know, I don't think they're going to get delisted straight away, even if the stock price isn't quite at $1, but you never know. And this is why it's a risky play. Yeah, anyway, just a couple of thoughts on what's going on with Mullen Automotive. I'd love to hear what you guys all think. Share it in the comments below. Until next time, everyone, may the markets trade in your favor. Cheers.